What?
Friars are averaging almost 99 points a game.
Should won that last game, too. That's too bad.
Okay.
You want to go out there? Go ahead.
Want to see if you can hear anything? Yeah, Jameer Jones with a spectacular play on that one. And the Friars have plenty of offense and then some to spare this season. The other problem might be on the defensive end, but you can still see it. There's spurts of it out there. They win at 106-81 as we welcome to our Santander Bank postgame wrap-up.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. I mean, they can put points on the board. They got 6 guys in double figures in this ball game, and Osmond would have been the 7th, and he had 8 points and 8 rebounds. So, I mean, and they get from everybody. I mean, everybody can put the ball in the hole. Everybody can score. You know, you look at Sellers, who had some shot the ball decently tonight in this ball game, and you have Vox. Vox just plays like he's 30. I mean, he just knows how to play out there. He's smooth. He also led the team in assists with 5 assists, and Edwards had the 5 assists as well. Mila had a terrific ball game. He had 4 assists and a double-double with 12 rebounds, and I've mentioned to you a number of times, I think Mila's their best rebounder, and he showed it in this one. The only negative on the game is they just give up too many three-pointers in ball game, too many good looks from the opposition. Penn had 12 three-pointers, and one guy seemed to have them all, was Zanoni with the 5 of them. But, I think with the pace of the game, the Friars have no problem scoring, as we obviously see. But, I mean, they're going to have to get stops. They have a drill in practice where you get 3 stops in a row, then you get the ball back. But if you don't get the 3 stops, you got to stay on defense. Yeah. So they need to have that kind of intensity in the games where they can get 3 stops in a row, because the way they can score the ball, they can pull away and get a lead in the ball game. But you can't keep trading baskets all year long.
Well, the Penn Quakers scored the first tray of the game from Michael Zanoni, who was a thorn in their side all night. More on him coming up in a moment. Then the Friars ripped off 10 unanswered points to grab a 10-3 lead. Looked like they were going to leave Penn in the dust until Zanoni came right back and scored 3 free throws. He actually scored, I think, 3, 6. He scored 8. He scored their first 8 points of the game. Friars were able to get an 8-point lead in the first half at 14-6. And then Penn came charging right back. Scantlebury, TJ Power, Ethan Roberts, and, of course, Michael Zanoni, and made it a tight ball game. It was only a 1-point Friar lead before Providence then went on a run late in the half and actually scored the last 7 points of the half to lead by 12 at the break, 48-36. Then in the second half, the Friars were able to keep it right around 10 to 12 points. Penn was able to get it back within single digits, and then the Friars just went off and kind of left them. It was... I'm going to check the score, the box here. As you look at it, it was actually 9-point game. Zanoni hit another 3 with 16-11 to go to make it 55-46, and he's ended up scoring 14 of their first 17 points all by himself in the second half, and single-handedly almost pulled his team back into this game. 9-point Friar lead with 16-11 to go, and then Corey Floyd took over with 5 unanswered himself. Stephon Vox got unleashed. You had Jameer Jones with a spectacular dunk that you heard a moment ago, and Providence was able to keep it at least at 11 or 12 points for most of the half until late, when they just kind of wore Penn down and ended up winning it by 25.
Yeah, they did wear him down. I mean, Penn only had 3 guys in double figures. You had Powers with 15 and Roberts with 15, and then you had Zanoni with 30, but the rest of the guys really weren't effective on the offensive end, and it just didn't have enough weapons to score enough points to beat Providence. Providence just has so many weapons. Everybody can score who has the ball, and they showed it. They had 58 points in the second half. The Friars did after scoring a lot in the first half with the 48. So good offensive showing by this Friar team, and they're fun to watch. I mean, they're really fun to watch.
It's entertaining. It's also frustrating at the same time, because, again, you can see the athleticism out there on the floor, and clearly they're going to be able to score against anybody they probably play this year, because they've got so many weapons. They were missing 2 key players tonight. There was no Duncan Powell, who's out with a bruised right hand, and they were also without Daquan Davis, who had some bumps and bruises in practice, so neither one of them suited up tonight. And the Friars never missed a beat. In fact, it was an opportunity for Jalen Harrell to get his first game appearance, for Pateris Pinnish to get his first game appearance, and the Friars to actually get some points and production from guys like Jameer Jones, not only Harrell. You had Ryan Mila, who responds with a career high-tying 18, and also with 12 rebounds tonight, so it's his third career double-double.
Yeah, he should play all the time anyway, and Vox needs to get more minutes as well because he just knows how to play out there. He makes everybody better. You look for him that's going to take the shot. You want him to take the shot, but he's a very good passer. I mean, he gets the ball. He found guys opposite end of the court throwing the baseball pass, the wraparound pass. He gets the ball inside to Oswin on him, pick and rolls. He's just solid out there. He makes everybody better. And, you got other guys that can score. You almost can put Vox at the point guard if you wanted to. And you have to.
Well, he was playing point guard and
right.
bringing the ball into the forecourt late in the game.
He's like, like a Luka Doncic type player where he gets you on your back and he sees the court very well and he gets everybody involved in the offense, that's what you want to do. And then he can shoot the ball. So if you let slough off him, he's going to find an open shot.
All right, we'll take the timeout, and Friar assistant Matt Palumbo will join us here courtside as the Santander postgame show continues. 106-81, the final score for the Friars. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
He's coming in, Matt. All right, Matt. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, there we go. Got a
lot of offense out there.
A lot of offense, 106 points. Got to start guarding the three, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Kid Zanoni, man, he got it going out there, didn't he?
What? He was incredible.
Yeah, he was.
I feel like it's 3 games in a row. Guys have had a night against us, guards. It's a trend, no doubt.
I think it comes down to communication.
Hey, Oz.
Two guys are going away from him or going to him, and then somebody's wide open.
Yes,
They didn't communicate.
No, disconnection, yeah, no doubt.
I have a copy of it if you need it. That has all the career 100-point games they've scored. Or you have it back-to-back. I'm not sure it was.
I like Vox, man. Vox just knows how to play, man.
He can really pass it.
He passes the hell out of it. He's really good passer.
Yeah. When we get him to be solid, in other areas defensively, and he's going to be.
He sees the court, and he works hard, too.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
tries on defense.
He does.
He's out there moving.
No, he does. Yeah,
what highlight are you coming back with?
Mila's the best rebounder,
Sam?
so he got to be out there.
Yeah.
He's a good rebounder.
How did he get?
Okay.
Low?
Thank you. That's all. I'm going to get that one here.
We're averaging 99 points a game.
It's
like the NBA now.
Right,
I think this is a school record. I don't think Providence in 99 years has ever gone back-to-back 100-point games.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
How about that?
I'll take that. That's a good stat. That's a good stat. Let's see.
That's pretty amazing.
So with my freshman year,
we're double-checking it right now.
We scored 107 times my freshman year.
But you never went back-to-back, though, did you?
I don't remember. We had this kid, Timmy Gilbride. We called him Mr. Century Man because he'd always score the 100 points. I don't think it was back-to-back. I don't know.
Joe said they scored 107 times that year. So check 77 and see if that might be it.
Making our free throws.
Yeah. Shot it very well from the line. You shooting over 80% for the year coming in. Now you're even higher.
Yeah. That's a nice change.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah, Ryan Mila with a couple of threes late, as Joe mentioned. If he can start shooting that three with any regularity, think about the damage he might do. But he did enough tonight. 18 points, 12 rebounds, his third career double-double. And Ryan Mila earns our Audi Warwick outstanding performance of the game, Joe.
Yeah, he was terrific in this one. We know what he can do. He's a great rebounder. He gets to the basket. He's so clever with that first step, crossover dribble. He gets by his man, and he's able to not to get his shot blocked because he throws his body into the defender. They can't get any leverage on him, and he can finish off at the rim. So he had a terrific game. He starts knocking down those three. I don't know how you can guard him because you got to get out on him, and then you get by even easier.
Assistant Coach Matt Palumbo joined us here courtside. Hey, it's got to be all you on the offense, right?
No.
This team is now averaging through 3 games nearly 99 points a game.
No, not me, but we have some good players that can score it, and I think that, the pace that we're playing with, how we're getting up the court is really, really helping that.
Well, the pace is just incredible. And, I think one of the toughest things you guys have as coaches is managing the minutes to get the guys in there. I mean, you got so many guys who can play, and you look at the minutes; they're all about the same, which is great. And the guys coming off the bench are as effective as the guys playing who start the ball game. You got Vox. We talked about him. I mean, he sees the court so well. He just has a good feel for the game, and when he's on there with Mila and Jameer Jones together, that those guys are they're exciting to watch. And then the guys Edwards and Sellers who are veteran players. I mean, you got a nice balance on the team.
Yeah, no doubt. It's our strength is our depth, and you look at it, 34 points from the bench. I don't know what it is on the year, but that average is really high, which is a great strength of ours. It's a challenge, on the coaching side of it. We're having constant conversations about who do we put in, who do we take out. It's just this ongoing conversation with us, trying to figure out how to balance these minutes and get the most out of them.
And the key guy for me, Matt, with all the offense you have out there and the mix and match you can do, the key guy is Oswin. And again, he was perfect in the ball. He didn't miss the shot in the last ball game. He was 4 for 4 in this one. He had 3 silly fouls that he picked up. One of them shouldn't have been a foul, but he gives you so much presence out there when he's on the floor. I mean, as a shot blocking presence, being at 7 feet, he's improved significantly this year even with the more muscle on him.
Yeah, no doubt. And 11 blocks in 3 games.
Not bad, right?
That can't.
Yeah.
I mean, that is hugely important for our defense. He's been great. He's worked hard this offseason. And I think he's just going to continue to get better. He had that turnover tonight in the short roll when he kind of caught it, wasn't sure where he was. But all summer he's made great plays in the short roll, and I think he'll continue to, be able to show that as the season goes on.
He didn't get to the foul line, and we were talking about that. I mean, he was making fouls. He made 5 for 5 in the last game. But, I think the team as a unit too, he had 23 assists in this ball game on the 36 made field goal attempts. I thought the ball was moving nicely. Everybody threw the extra pass, and Corey Floyd, sometimes you lose the effectiveness of how Corey Floyd is. I call him the Swiss Army knife. He just does everything so well out there. Sometimes you don't even know he's on the floor, and he had a big 20 points in this one.
Yeah, he really, really had a big game. I was really proud of him. He went into the game talking about how he was going to guard their best player, and believe it or not, 23, Ethan Roberts is really the guy for them, even though Zanoni had 30. But Corey guarded 23 all game, and he did an outstanding job. So we say that when you focus on your defense, the offense, will follow.
Yeah, he's one of your best defenders, no question. I mean, he held Roberts to 4 for 16 shooting in the ball game. That's pretty good defense, and Corey takes pride in that. And this year he just seems like more of a veteran guy. He takes his time. He's out there. He knows where he wants to get into the basket very well, and he's your leader on the floor. He gets everybody else involved.
Yeah, absolutely. He gave a halftime speech in this one actually about us, not letting up and continuing to try to really, step on teams. So I'm glad that the team followed his lead there.
Yeah, well, he's been through the wars enough. I mean, second halves, you guys have played great first halves this year, defensively, offensively, and sometimes in the second half you come out a little flat and the team gets a little bit of offense going. But in this one here, I think you're at a little bit more concentration on the defensive end.
Yeah, especially in that last 10 minutes. We figured it out there at the end and started stringing together some stops. So it's a good one.
So it's the first time now, we've done the research here, thanks to Austin Rooke. First time the Friars have gone back-to-back 100-point games in 35 years, since 1990-91. Not bad.
Yeah, that's a good stat. We'll take that. We want to score points, hopefully get some more stops.
There you go.
It seems like college basketball, Matt, you scout everything. You see a lot of games now. It seems like college basketball has changed into that where the game has become more fast-paced. I mean, guys, the ball goes through the hoop and it's like a fast break. Nobody's walking the ball up the floor anymore.
Right. No, it absolutely has changed. And, we say that college game follows the NBA game. It's always lagging behind a couple years, but it follows where the NBA is going. And everybody's sitting there in the offseason watching the Indiana Pacers put on this amazing performance with their speed and their pace. And it's no surprise that so many college teams are following suit. You know?
And then you think it's because of the 3-point shot being a higher percentage shot. If you make more of those during the game, and the center really doesn't involve itself, so you can be faster. You don't have to wait for the big guy to get in the post anymore. You just spread the floor and look for threes.
Yeah, absolutely. That's part of it. Even the rule change, I think, is part of it. With this is something nobody really talks about, but now when you get fouled and you have the continuation into free throws, people are scoring probably 2 or 3 more points a game on that alone, just across
the
across
NBA
college.
continuation rule. They never had that in college. Now they do.
Right. Yeah, new this year. So.
All right, so you guys get to go out on the road and play in a place that the Friars have never played in before, in Boulder, Colorado, against the Colorado Buffaloes out of the Big 12. And Colorado's 2-0, and they're averaging 90 points a game.
Yeah. No, we're excited for that one. It's going to test our defense. So
it's going to test your stamina.
That's right.
In the Mile High City.
You're right. Yep.
Yeah, I remember playing against the Denver Nuggets when we went into Denver. They would press the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game, and you couldn't breathe. And then you finally adjust to it. But we're going out a day earlier out there trying to get adjusted.
Yeah. No doubt.
All right, Matt, congratulations on the win. You guys get what counts, and the offensive performance just keeps rolling. So I guess you just got to hope that you can continue to kind of plug and play with everybody.
That's right.
Just real quickly, though, what's the can you get it and provide any update on Duncan Powell and or Daquan Davis?
Yeah, they're day to day, and I think that we'll have them back soon. We hope.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Matt. Good
All right,
game.
you got it. All right, so the way that the Friars go down today, 106-81, the final score. A quick look at the numbers here. For Penn, they have 3 in double figures, and they're led, Joe, by a game-high total of 30 points from Michael Zanoni. He had 22 of those 30 in the second half. Second straight game for the Friars to just see somebody come unglued against them on the defensive side. But Zanoni was 10 of 17, shooting 5 of 8 from 3, perfect from the foul line. 30 points in his 32 minutes. I'd say that's pretty efficient.
Yeah, he was something to watch, man. He's got a great stroke, nice rotation on the ball, but he had a lot of open looks. And I think the adjustment the Friars need to make defensively, not only on him, but going forward, is they need to talk more on defense. You know, both guys, Friars a couple of times were bumping into each other, coming off screens that defend, each Friar teammate. So if you're talking, you say, you got him, or, you got to explain who's going to take that guy. Say, I got him when he comes off the screen, but they were bumping into each other. And he ended up being the benefactor of that. He was wide open half the time. That's why he was knocking him down.
You had TJ Power, the young man from Shrewsbury, Mass., a former Massachusetts Gatorade Player of the Year, who had 15 points and 7 rebounds, but he also treated the entire AMP crowd to free Chick-fil-A tonight by missing 3 free throws in a row in the second half.
I know. I mean, he's like 4 for 15 shooting free throws this year, and he's a good shooter. I don't understand that. I mean, he was 6 for 12 from the field with somebody running at him, and he can't make foul shots.
Ethan Roberts, their leading scorer, coming in at 23 points per game, had 15. 12 of those came in the first half. Friars did a good job finding him in the second half. He's only 4 of 16 shooting.
Well, Matt just mentioned how Corey Floyd wanted to take it at him, and he did a good job, Corey did. He held him to 4 for 16 shooting.
Rest of the scoring, basically nothing. A.J. Levine had 3. You had Augustus Gerhardt with 2. Jay Jones with 4. Cam Thrower with 5. 2 for Masson, 2 for Scantlebury, 2 for Oberti, 1 for Polanowski. That's the scoring. For Penn, they shoot 25 of 70 for 36%. From 3, very competitive, however. It kept them in the game for a long stretch in the second half. They were 12 for 28. That's 43% from 3. Foul line, they were 19 of 24, 79%. Rebounding battle, though, went to the Friars. 49-30 was the margin on the backboards, including 14 offensive rebounds for Providence. Friars had 36 of 67 from the floor, 54% shooting. So that's going to put them right close to 50% from the floor on the season through 3 games. And the Friars were also 43% from 3 tonight. Their best performance this year, 13 of 30 from 3. And how about the free throws, Joe? We laid into them a little bit last year for missing the free throws because, hey, free throws are free, right? You've always said that. Mm-hmm. You were a pretty good free throw shooter yourself. The Friars were 21 of 23 tonight. That's 91%. So they're up about 85% of the season through 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, when you shoot free throws like that, you'll have an excellent opportunity to win close games when they get in those situations, and they need to continue that play up. But, another thing, they took 33 pointer shots in the ball game, John. They took 67 overall, so almost half their shots came from 3-point range, and that's what we're going to see all year. I mean, this is a team that wants to shoot threes. Their shooting percentage was 54 for the game, I mean, if you take the 3-pointers out of there, I mean, they would have been like 70%.
They were 23. Get this. They were 23 for 37 from 2.
Yeah, I mean, so they get to the basket. That's the nice mix they have. Vox gets to the basket. Mila gets to the basket. Sellers can get to the basket. Jones. So they can finish at the rim. And then when you try to take that away on a defensive end, that's when the 3 points open up and they get open looks outside.
Friars did have 15 turnovers, so that's probably a couple more than they would have liked. Forced 10 from Penn in this one. But Friars were dominant in the paint, a 46-18 advantage over Penn in the paint and a 34-16 advantage on bench points.
Yeah, the paint, it's not like you come down and you walk it down and you throw it inside and then just muscle it in. What the Friars do, they race the ball up the floor. They're all on the three-point line looking for threes. But if the defense gets out on them, they can blow by you and get into the paint and finish, and that's exactly what they did in this one.
Individually, 6 Friars in double figures as, again, they hit the century mark for a second consecutive game. First time they've done 200-point games in a row, as we mentioned, since the 1990-91 season. 20 for Corey Floyd to lead the way, 18 for Ryan Mila to go along with 12 rebounds, his third career double-double. He had 14 points for Stefan Vox, 14 points for Jason Edwards, 12 for Jalen Sellers, and 11 for Jameer Jones. Then you had 8 for Oswin Arunse with 8 rebounds and 3 blocks. Jalen Harrell in his first activity as a Friar freshman, 7 points in 8 minutes in the second half. And then 2 points for Cole Hargrove with 6 rebounds as well. His first Friar points, the transfer from Drexel. As we mentioned, the Friars shot 54% from the floor, 43 from 3, 91 from the foul line.
Yeah, it's good shooting. They're fun to watch. They get that ball up and down the floor, and they rebounded the ball very well in this one. It was a good win for them. I expected them to come out strong in this game because I thought they played very well against Virginia Tech. They just couldn't stop them, but Virginia Tech made every shot they needed to make. I mean, it was unbelievable how they shot the ball. There was like 5 or 6 guys who making the shot. So this is a good win for the Friars. Give them some momentum going out to Colorado.
In front of 9,472, the official announced attendance tonight here in the AMP. The Friars go 2-0. At home to start the season. A final timeout to take. Austin Rooke updates the scoreboard, and we'll tell you about that trip to Colorado coming up from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
Someone had 0809 as the last family of lumberyards and the incredible family.
Check 0809 then. I just gave you the credit.
I know. Just like all the boards, with 3 convenient locations across Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. If you have any home improvement or building needs, call Finetco at 1-800-390-0909 or visit them at Finetco.net. And let's unite to build a winning future. Go Friars. At Audi World, we're not even exclusive Audi dealership. Discover the all-new, fully redesigned Audi Q5, A5 family of vehicles. Sharp styling, advanced tech, and precision engineering come together for a drive that excites every citizen. Or take it further. Audi S and RS model, built to perform, built to thrill. 75 new Audi vehicles are in stock and ready for you to take home today. Experience award-winning service.
Really? 0809?
11/20, 08, and 11.
Let me see that. Let me see it.
At Balanced Wealth Management, we believe in the power of legacy and family values. Founded by Robert Leclerc, a professor at Dallas House for over 35 years, our team at Balanced Wealth understands the importance of understanding and collaboration when it comes to your financial future. With our dedication and expertise, we're here to empower you to make informed decisions, ensuring a balanced and secure financial.
Oh, Sacred Heart there. 11:20.
11-18.
11:18 and 11:20. Oh, wow. They did. Yeah, you're right. So they beat Dartmouth 100-82, and then they beat Sacred Heart 111-87. Okay. That's still the first time in 17 years. Second time since 90-91.
Amica is a great partner to PC, a great supporter of our community, and it's who I trust to protect my family and mine. If you haven't checked out Amica, visit Amica.com or call 800-24-AMICA. That's 24-AMICA.
against Dartmouth, and then 111 against Sacred Heart.
Easy to find tickets, so you can be a part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Providence basketball games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is.
Yep.
Let's go Friars. SeatGeek.
Yeah.
Quick away for everybody.
And Corey Floyd will end up with tonight's Santander Bank Player of the Game with his 20 points. Great performance overall. One of 6 Friars in double figures as the Friars win it 106-81. Austin Rooke has a quick scoreboard check for us.
Couple other games in the Big East tonight. Villanova with a program record 22 threes in the game on the main line against Sacred Heart tonight. The final 94-60. Bryce Lindsay 9 threes for the Cats, and Devin Askew with 7 of his own. They combine for 54 of the 94 points for the Cats, who win by 34 at home. At Hinkle tonight, Butler with a 32-point win. They nearly hit the century mark for the second straight game. They win 98-66 over Chicago State. Finley Bizjack, 22 for the Dogs to go with 6 assists. Let's see. Another game for the Big East tonight. Only one in action, one to follow tonight. Buffalo with a 46-42 lead over the DePaul Blue Demons. They led by 18 at the half. It was a 36-18 score. And now the Demons are roaring their way back 24-10 in the second half. They currently are on a 7-0 run and trail by just 4 with 8 minutes to go. Creighton and Gonzaga will also take place tonight. That one should tip in about half an hour or so from the Kennel in Spokane. Big one for Creighton, who announced today that freshman Hudson Greer will be redshirting this season. They also get Jason Green back for his first game of the year for the Jays tonight. He missed the first 2 on the season for Creighton. A couple of results from Monday night's action as well in the Big East. UConn wins comfortably at home against Columbia, 89-62. Seton Hall over Fairfield, 82-59 in the first bad loss, if you will, quote unquote, for the Big East. Xavier loses at home by 19 to Santa Clara, preseason pick 4th in the WCC. They lose 87-68, trailed by as many as 30 in the second half. So the first loss on the year for Richard Pitino's Musketeers.
All right, thanks, Austin. Let's correct the report about the 100-point games, because upon further review, we did find there were back-to-back games in the 2008 season, 2008-2009. Friars scored 100 against Dartmouth on November the 18th of 2008, and then scored 111 against Sacred Heart 2 days later in a 111-87 win over Sacred Heart back in November of 2008. So it would be the first time in 17 years to go back-to-back 100-point games, and the second time since 1991. So we'll clear that up, but nevertheless, it hasn't been done all that often. Friars improved to 2-1 overall. Next up, the Colorado Buffaloes, and Providence has never played in Boulder, Colorado. They'll get the Big 12 Buffaloes, who are 2-0 on the season. They've got a 102-97 overtime win over Eastern Washington. They got an 84-78 win over Montana State. So in the altitude on Friday night, the Friars will probably find themselves in a racehorse game. Be interested to see who might outlast who in that one. We'll have the broadcast right here on News Talk 99.7 and AM 630 WPRO beginning at 9 p.m. The tip, 8:40 will be the pregame. 8:40 the pregame here on WPRO. Tip at 9 from Boulder, Colorado. Our thanks to studio producer Sam Chosick, our engineer Matt Morrell, Austin Rooke with the halftime and the stats, and for my partner Joe Hassett, I'm John Rooke. Again, our final score is Providence 106, Penn 81. The Friars now have won 35 straight non-conference regular season games on the home floor, and they're going to turn it out on the road and try to beat the Big 12 Buffs on Friday. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks, Sam. Thank you. We had a good audience tonight.
Audio tonight, that's why.
Yeah.